Hey, we're the Wild Feathers, and you're watching 101.9 KINK Radio in the Skype Live studio.
The Wild Feathers right here on the Skype Live studio stage. Hello, gents, gentlemen.
How's it going, man?
Fellas, welcome back, and thanks for coming back to play this room. You guys have been here a few times now, so we appreciate that.
Of course, man. Thanks for having us.
It does mean a lot that you come back to Portland and fill this room. And there's a little fun fact. One of our passionate music fans who's seen his share of shows has a little fun fact. His name is Scott. Scott, tell him the fun fact about today.
Well, first time you were here, you were wearing a Levon Helm shirt. And
I think it was
oh,
me.
it was you. That's what I thought. When you walked out, I thought it was you. Wait a minute, no, it was the drummer. So, and then Amy Helm just played here.
I know. I saw that when we pulled up, and I was like, I wish I would have known when I got here earlier. My dog is named Levon, so I'm like the biggest Levon fan of all time.
Ultimate compliment.
His ex-wife's named Levon, too.
Yeah.
So today's room has come full circle. This was meant to be kind of situation.
Yep.
Congratulations on the new album, Lonely is a Lifetime. You guys should applaud that. Making a record is... I mean it. And I say that to everybody that makes music that comes in here. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. I want to study a little bit about the making of the record. I read that you guys rented a cabin on the lake in Muscle Shoals. True or false?
True.
Yeah, and tell me what's so special about that place to you guys. I've seen the documentary. I've never been there. But take us through a little bit of what Muscle Shoals is.
I mean, I just think all that great American music that we cherish, and some that's not even American, it's just like it's our biggest export, like the blues and the soul and R&B and stuff that comes out of that region is second to nowhere else in the world. So I think that and just actually it's close to Nashville and it's kind of get us out of our element and get somewhere where we can just hone in and focus. It was a good choice for us.
Because I've heard, like, you know, that if you've seen the Muscle Shoals documentary, you know that movie alone gives you the detail of what's happened there. But I've been told, too, if you drive through that town, you wouldn't even know it.
No, there's nothing. No. I mean, it doesn't feel like anything. You know, there was just one studio there for a long time, and then the Swampers split off and, you know, started another one. So it's, like, other than those two studios, there's nothing, like, spectacular about it or anything, except it just creates great music comes out of that area.
Well, they say it's in the water there, literally, right? And then through the new album, you took to touring with a couple of legends, Willie Nelson for one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? Heck yeah, right? It was, and then also Bob Dylan.
That's right.
And you've also toured with another legend, and Paul Simon. I don't know if that was that recently as well.
No,
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So those are some serious legend status right there. So compare and contrast touring with them, because I know it's a totally different story from touring with Willie to Bob Dylan.
Yeah, Willie was fun. Like we had a lot of fun with Willie, and you know, with Bob, I call him Bobby. Robert. We didn't. You know, he was like this mystical, like mist in the air that he's like, was that? I think he just walked by.
I think I smell him. Like, no, he's not here.
But we only did 2 shows with Bob, so
okay.
but Willie, we did. You know, I would say close to 15 or
we've
so.
done a couple weeks with him, yeah. And their crew is amazing. Like, that's what we learned. It was real early on. I think the record came out, our first record came out the day we toured with our first show with Willie. And, like, he's been with his crew, some of those guys, like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
The band has all been there since day one, pretty much. And so it's kind of like a good lesson for some young dudes coming up, like how to treat your people and like how to like be, I don't know, we just liked his loyalty and like how cool everyone was.
Family vibe. It was like a total family.
And they also gave us a huge trash bag full of treats when we left, so that was good.
Like a literal garbage bag.
I'm not even exaggerating. We were like about to go to Canada, so we got as much as we could, and we're like, we're gonna make someone's day. Like we set it out on the
like a
curb.
serious felony, the amount.
Yeah. Like, so if Willie's road crew is listening or watching, thank you.
Yeah. The band is going to be at the Edgefield Amphitheater in Troutdale on Friday with Band of Horses.
Yeah.
Which they're no slouches either.
Oh man, they're awesome.
We were talking before the show. There's this radio convention they have in Boulder, and they bring in a bunch of bands and a bunch of radio dorks like me, and then you know they all play for us. And there were some highlights. I had like 5, and it was this band right here and Band of Horses. So we'll get 2 of those coming up on Friday. I'm gonna shut up and get out of the way. Thank you so much for coming back, you guys. Really, really
Thank
appreciate
y'all
it.
for being here as well.
Once again, the Wild Feathers.